actually, I realize it's been 17 years since I've been to the Markham Theatre, and I was talking to Bonnie backstage. I did a show called Mac Homer, The Simpsons Do Macbeth, a show that I did, I don't know if any of you were ever even around at that time. This show played in 180 cities eventually after being in Markham and toured to about 500,000 people. So we're pretty confident and hopeful that this next show is going to have a long life too, because it's going to be the most popular touring new show in Canada next year. So I'm very happy to bring it here. It's first run after our Mervish premiere in Toronto in January. So you can go ahead with the video. We'll talk a little bit about Boom. And Boom, well, as I said, it's going to be here in November. It captures the defining moments of the baby movement generation. It's a solo show. I'd like to dream it. Yes, right between the sound machines. Immersed in multimedia, I will guide you through 25 years of turbulent history, giving voice to over 100 of the world's most famous politicians, activists, and musicians. Boom is a mind-blowing experience, not just for me on stage, not just for nostalgic boomers, but for audiences of all generations. And children too, yes.
Fantastic.
I think it's the most incredible piece of theater I've ever seen. I thought it was so creative and dynamic, and the research and the whole way they produced it and the way he performed it was incredible. People would try to put us down just because we get along. Boom goes from 1945 to 1969, starting with the boom of Hiroshima that ended World War II, all the way to the boom of Apollo 11 that launched the first human beings on the moon. Now these two iconic moments span an incredible generation, fueled by this generation of young people who wielded and who still wield actually incredible influence, not just because of advances in technology, culture, but also in communications. What cigarette do you smoke, doctor? Tens of thousands of doctors were asked this question. What cigarette do you smoke, doctor? The brand name most was Camel. Till the end of time, long stars of the moon. Boom is a collage of stories of that time, told from today's perspective. Stories of, well, the famous An iron curtain has descended across the European continent. Descamisados! La clase humana minimos triunfado! Well, if I'd have said that television was more popular than Jesus, I suppose I might have got away with it. To the not-so-famous. Rudy was born in war-torn Vienna, Lawrence in the projects of Chicago, and Maddie in small-town suburban Ontario, Cobourg actually. And as global events unfold around them, the Cold War, McCarthyism, Beatlemania, JFK, MLK, Mao, Vietnam, the Summer of Love spirals all these stories together, and Boom ends as it began, with a new generation born into a new world order. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way.
I thought it was excellent. I'd really recommend this to you. Amazing retrospective of history and song and of life.
I would like to see it again. There's so much in it. My brain is spinning.
Our friend said he knocked it out of the park, and he sure did. Oh, where would that wabbit?
What would you want with the wabbit?
Boom was created with a crack team of Canadian designers over a span of 3 years at Robert Lepage's La Caserne in Quebec City. And over the next few years, as I said, it's going to be touring across Canada and internationally. But as with all the shows my partners and I create, entertainment is a one part of the package. We also aim to educate, empower young people through our growing network of transmedia outreach initiatives. So this is not your average history class. No, Boom tries to shake up the past and fold it into the future. Why? Because I think how we remember and what we remember not only tells us about who we were then, it tells us about who we are now, and actually, yes, where our children are going tomorrow.
was my childhood, it was my teen years, it was all of it.
And I brought back upon memories. All his impersonations are great. I really like his jazz job.
So, boom. Boom, bring your mother, heck, bring your kids, bring your grandkids, bring your lover. If you want more information, talk to me after the show. You go to boomtheshow.com, rickmiller.ca. I hope you've enjoyed this performance. And one last word. Before I leave, I would like to extend to anyone who is in Markham who actually works for a municipal organization, a cultural or heritage organization. Because as Eric said, we have this play premiering all over here. We also have another play, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And whenever we bring a play to a community, we really do try to connect with everyone in the community so that we all find a way to connect through storytelling and creativity. So if you work for any of these organizations, come and talk to me, or I'll probably call you eventually at some point. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here. Bye-bye.